Hello and welcome to 1969 Baseball. Today we are going to see the Cubs continuing this road trip with Game 3 against the Dodgers. The Cubs looking to pull their first sweep of the season as they have won the first two games against the Dodgers and are coming back for Game 3 in Los Angeles. In today's game, the Cubs will be sending Ferguson Jenkins out to the mound. He is making start number 10 with a 1-4 record, a 3.32 ERA, and a 1.09 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today will be Gosger, Becker, Williams, Santo, Blomberg. Oh, but it's going to be Hundley's day off. As we see, he's looking a bit peaked out there today. So we will swap Kessinger into the number 6 spot in the lineup. And now, as we go back to the beginning here, we see that Kessinger, Banks, Fairley doing the catching, and Ferguson Jenkins on the mound. The Dodgers lineup will be Davis, Sizemore, Fairley, Costco, Sudeikis, Crawford, Holler, Letsepski, and Claude Osteen doing the pitching. Osteen is making start number 9. He is 5-3 with a 4.33 ERA and a 1.46 WHIP. And he lost in his previous start against the Cubs. Another beautiful day, 68 degrees here in Los Angeles. Wind blowing out to center at 9 mph. And we are looking as the Cubs are coming in on a winning streak to try to extend that success. We have the Cubs coming into today's game with a record of 18-23. And the Dodgers coming in with a record of 19-19, right at 500. Now, Gosger is at the plate facing Osteen, lefty versus lefty, and a 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Osteen, and a grounder toward third, picked up and thrown over to first, and Gosger's retired for the first out of the inning. Glenn Becker now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Osteen facing Becker with a 2-1 count. And Becker's going to knock that one into center field. That'll be a 1-out single. Glenn Becker stopping at first. And it'll bring up Billy Williams. 1 out, 1 man on. Williams waiting for the 1-strike pitch. And a liner into left field. That'll drop in for another base hit. Becker grounding second, but he stops. So the Cubs with back-to-back singles have 2 men on. And Ron Santo coming up to the plate. The hero of yesterday's game. He's going to face Osteen with 1 out and 2 men on here in the top of the first inning. Here's a full count pitch. Ron Santo standing in. And a drive to center, chasing, and it goes over his head all the way to the wall. Santo's going to have extra bases. 1 run is in. Billy Williams had to hesitate. He thought that ball was going to be caught. So Santo with the RBI double, giving the Cubs a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. It looked like the center fielder may have misplayed that, as it got over Davis's head and went all the way to the wall. Blomberg now the batter with runners on second and third and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Blomberg waiting for the full count pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So he becomes the second out of the inning. Don Kessinger now is the batter. 2 outs, 2 men on. Osteen facing Kessinger with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Liner into center field. That's going to drive in another run. Coming home to score. And Santo comes home. The throw, and Santo is going to be tagged out to end the inning. So, the Cubs score again. Kessinger is credited with an RBI single. Santo thrown out at home trying to score the 3rd run of the inning. So the Cubs take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the first. And now Fergie Jenkins stepping out to the mound. He is facing Willie Davis, center fielder, leading off for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the first inning. Here is the first pitch from Ferguson Jenkins as he looks for the sign. And the delivery on a grounder toward first. Banks has it, stepping on the base. That'll be out number 1. Sizemore now the batter, 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And Sizemore hits that one to right center. On the run is Blomberg. Gosger actually calls him off and makes the catch for out number 2. Ron Fairley now the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. 2-0 count. Fairley waiting for the pitch. That's a drive to deep right field. I believe he got all that one. And Blomberg looks up and it is gone. So Fairley cuts the Cubs' lead in half. This is now a 2-1 ball game with a 392-foot home run out to right field. Costco now the batter, 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 count to Costco. And there's a grounder to second. Becker has it, flips over to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Dodgers score once. We go to the top of the second of a 2-1 Cub lead. Osteen will now face Ernie Banks to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the second inning. 1-1 count. Banks waiting for the pitch from Osteen. And he's going to pop that one up on the infield. The catcher coming out from behind the plate. He's actually called off by the second baseman, Lisetsky, who makes the catch for the first out. Felsky now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. 1 strike count and the pitch to Felsky. And a pop-up to right. Coming in with a long run is the right fielder, and Fairley's going to make the catch for out number 2. Fergie Jenkins now batting, 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Jenkins waiting for the pitch, and he is going to swing and miss for strike 3. So the Cubs going down in order. We go down to the bottom of the second inning of a 2-1 Cub lead. Jenkins now facing Sudeikis. Here in the bottom of the second, 2-1 is the count. Jenkins delivers, popped up to center field. Gosger heading over toward right center. He will make the catch, and that is out number 1. Next up is Crawford with 1 out and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Crawford waiting for the pitch, swinging and missing for strike 3. So that'll be strikeout number 1 for Ferguson Jenkins, and it brings up the catcher Tom Holler. 2 outs, nobody on. Jenkins working with a full count. And here comes the pitch. And a liner past the first baseman into right field. That's going to be a 2-out single as Holler stops at first to bring up Lisetsky. With 2 outs, 1 man on, Dodgers down by 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Jenkins, and a liner in right field. That's another base hit. Blomberg plays it on a hop. The runner stops at second. So now the pitcher comes up with runners on first and second and 2 out. And Jenkins seemingly in a bit of a jam here after retiring the first 2 batters. Now he's going to face Osteen with the tying run in scoring position. Full count. Jenkins looking to deliver the pitch. There's a pop-up behind second. Going back is Becker, long run, and he makes the catch in short right field to end the inning. So the Dodgers stranding 2. We go to the top of the third of a 2-1 ball game. Osteen facing Gosger here in the top of the third. Top of the Cubs lineup is coming to the plate. 2-2 count. And Gosger hits a grounder toward short. The throw goes over to first, and that'll be out number 1. Next up is Becker with 1 out and nobody on. 2-1 is the count. Becker pops it up to center. Heading over toward left center is the center fielder, Davis. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Billy Williams now the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. He is 1 for 1 today. And here comes the first pitch to Billy Williams. He's going to pop that one up deep right field, going back toward the warning track, and making the catch to end the inning is Ron Fairley. So Williams gave it a ride, but the Cubs go down in order. We go to the bottom of the third of a 2-1 Cub lead. Willie Davis now leading off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the third. Here's a 1-1 count, and Fergie Jenkins delivering the pitch. Grounder towards second. Beckert has it. Throws to first. That is out number 1. Sizemore now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count. Sizemore waiting for the pitch. Liner past the first baseman into right field. That's a 1-out single. The Dodgers seem like they feel like they can just single the Cubs to death here in this game. Ron Fairley now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Jenkins needing a double play ground ball right here. Let's see what the first pitch is. Popped up on the infield. Going back is Kessinger. Beckert calls him off in short center field for out number 2. Costco now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. 1-2 is the count. Costco waiting for the pitch from Jenkins, and he swings and misses for strike 3. The sinker lets Jenkins record the strikeout. We're going to the top of the 4th inning of a 2-1 Cub lead. Ron Santo now leading off for the Cubs. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI today. Facing Osteen with a 3-1 count here in the top of the 4th inning. Osteen looking to deliver the pitch. Way inside for ball 4. Santo takes his base, and the Cubs have the leadoff runner on base. And now, Blomberg the batter. Nobody out, 1 man on. Here's a 2-ball count, and the pitch to Blomberg. That's going to be grounded to short. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and a 6-4-3 double play is recorded. So, Kessinger now comes up. He is coming up with 2 outs and nobody on. Facing Osteen with a full count here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. And that is inside. That's another ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning for Osteen. And Ernie Banks is the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Cubs up by 1. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And Banks is going to pop that one up to short center field. Coming in is Davis. He makes the running catch to end the inning. The Cubs strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 4th of a 2-1 Chicago lead. Sudeikis now facing Jenkins in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 is the count. And the ground ball goes over toward first. Banks has it. Flips to the pitcher covering, and Jenkins records the out for number 1. Crawford now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Jenkins delivering the first pitch to Crawford. There's a pop-up to right. Coming in is Blomberg. He looks up and makes the catch for out number 2. Haller now the batter. He got a base hit his last time up. 1 for 1 on the day. Jenkins facing Haller with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-1 is the count. And a liner into left field. That's going to be another base hit. Haller is 2 for 2 now as he stops at first with another single. Coming up now is Lisetsky with 2 outs and the runner on first. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Jenkins, and that's a grounder toward third. Santo has it. He throws to second to get the lead runner and end the inning. So the Dodgers stranding a runner. We go now to the top of the 5th of a 2-1 ball game. Felsky will lead off for the Cubs here in the top of the 5th inning, facing Osteen with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Check, swing, strike 3. That's going to be the first out of the inning. And strikeout number 3 of the day for Claude Osteen. Coming up now is the pitcher Jenkins. He is 3 for 21 on the season, facing Osteen with 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball count. Jenkins waiting for the pitch. And he's going to ground that one over to third. Picked up and thrown over to first, and that'll be out number 2. Coming up now is Gosger with 2 outs and nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Gosger is going to line that one into the gap in left center field. Gosger's going for extra bases. He rounds first. Heading for second. He slides and he is safe. So the 2-out double for Gosger puts a runner in scoring position, and it brings up Glenn Becker. Becker is 1 for 2 today, facing Osteen with 2 outs and 1 man on. Here's a 1-ball pitch to Glenn Becker. He's going to line that one in center field for another base hit. Gosger's going to round third. He's going to try to score. The throw comes home. Gosger slides, and he is safe. And so the Cubs now take a 3-1 lead as Becker gets a run-scoring RBI single here in the top of the 5th inning. Billy Williams now the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. Full count pitch to Billy Williams. Osteen delivering. Liner into center field for another base hit. Becker's rounding second. He's heading for third. The throw goes to the cutoff man. There's no play at third, and Becker is safe easily on the Williams single. So now Santo comes up. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Facing Osteen with the runners on the corners and 2 outs, 1 run already in this inning. 2-2 count to Santo, and that gets away. It's going to the backstop. Coming home to score is Glenn Becker, and that makes it a 4-1 Cub lead as Billy Williams advances to second base. And now Ron Santo continuing to bat against Osteen with a full count. Here's the pitch. Liner into left field. That's going to be another base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Billy Williams. The throw comes home. The slide, and Billy Williams is safe. Ron Santo has another RBI base hit, and the Cubs now have a 5-1 lead. So the hit parade continuing for the Cubs. It brings up Ron Blomberg. Cubs up by 4 here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, runner on first. 1-2 is the count, and a grounder toward first. Oh, the hot smash is picked up by the first baseman Costco, and that'll end the inning. So the Cubs score 3 times and take a 5-1 lead into the bottom of the 5th. Now Jenkins is going to face Osteen to lead off for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jenkins looking to deliver the first pitch. And a drive into right. The right fielder came in the wrong direction. Blomberg actually came in, and he needed to go back on that ball. So a misjudged play out in right field, and Osteen has a lead-off double for the Dodgers. And now Davis is the batter. Nobody out, runner on second. Jenkins working to Davis with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. That's a liner past the shortstop into left field for another base hit. Rounding third, but stopping is the pitcher Osteen. And now the Dodgers have got a little bit of a rally going. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And the top of the Dodgers lineup, Ted Sizemore is the next batter. Nobody out, 2 men on. 3-0 pitch from Jenkins, and that's a ground ball to second. Becker to Kessinger, over to Banks, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. They concede the run, so the Dodgers make it a 3-run ball game. However, now there are 2 outs and nobody on base. The Cub defense executed quite nicely there to turn the double play, and now Ron Fairley is the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-1 is the count, and Fairley pops it up on the infield. Kessinger going over, calls off Becker, and making the catch to end the inning. So the Dodgers score once. We go to the top of the 6th of a 5-2 Cub lead. Don Kessinger now facing Osteen in the top of the 6th inning. 3-1 is the count. Kessinger waiting for the pitch, and that's a pop-up into center. Going back is the center fielder, and Davis making the catch for out number 1. Ernie Banks now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Banks waiting for the pitch from Osteen. And a liner past the second baseman into right field. That is going to be a base hit for Ernie Banks. He'll stop at first with a single. And now, how many pitches has Ferguson Jenkins thrown? He has thrown 67 pitches today. I feel like, man, he's got to face the middle of the Dodgers lineup next half inning. I don't know, but we're going to let him throw another inning, even if his spot does come up in the bullpen. Felsky facing Osteen here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Banks on first, 1-1 count. And Felsky's going to knock that one into deep center field. Going back is the center fielder. He looks up, and it's gone. Man, that one just kept carrying, and Felsky hits the 2-run home run out to straightaway center field. The Cubs now have a 7-2 lead. That one measured at 416 feet out to straightaway center field. So Ferguson Jenkins now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Osteen facing Jenkins with a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Jenkins goes down swinging for the 2nd out of the inning. Gosger now the batter, and he's going to face the reliever Don Drysdale. Drysdale coming in with a 2-2 record. 34 1/3 innings thrown, 12 walks, 18 strikeouts, and a 2.88 ERA. Doesn't Drysdale work in the Dodgers rotation? Yes. So he's being brought in as a relief pitcher here in the top of the 6th inning. So Drysdale facing Gosger, who is 1 for 3 today. 1-strike count. Drysdale looking to deliver the pitch. And here it comes. And a pop-up to right. The right fielder heading toward the line. He'll make the running catch to end the inning. So the Cubs score twice on the Felsky home run. We're going to the bottom of the 6th of a 7-2 ball game. And now Jenkins continuing to work for the Cubs, facing Andy Costco, leading off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-strike count. Jenkins delivering the pitch, and there's a grounder toward first. The first baseman Banks has it. He steps on the base, and that's out number 1. Sudeikis now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Jenkins working with a 1-2 count. And strike 3 is called. That was a sinker right at the knees, and Jenkins getting strikeout number 3 on the day. Next up is Crawford. 2 outs and nobody on. Crawford facing Jenkins with a 1-2 count. And a pop-up to center. Coming in fast is Gosger. He has a line on it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Dodgers retired in order. We go to the top of the 7th of a 7-2 Cub lead. Glenn Becker leading off for the Cubs here in the top of the 7th inning. Drysdale still on the mound, working with a 1-2 count. And here is the pitch. Liner over the shortstop's head in left field. That'll be a leadoff single for Glenn Becker. He stops at first, bringing up Billy Williams. Nobody out, 1 man on. Williams facing Drysdale with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a ground ball towards second. The throw to short, but no relay to first. Glenn Becker did an excellent job of breaking up that double play. So Williams is safe on the fielder's choice. It brings up Santo with 1 out and 1 man on. Santo 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs today. Top of the 7th facing Drysdale. 2-strike count. And Santo takes strike 3 looking on the outside corner. So, Blomberg now is the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Blomberg facing Drysdale. First pitch, Drysdale delivering. And a liner past the first baseman down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Rounding first, heading for second is Blomberg. He is going to stop at second. However, Billy Williams is going to race all the way around to score from first. And that makes the Cubs an 8-2 leader in this ball game. RBI double for Blomberg brings up Kessinger. 2 outs, 1 man on in the top of the 7th inning. 3-0 count. Drysdale delivering, and that is inside. It's ball 4. So the walk is issued, and the runner is on first, which brings up Ernie Banks. Banks 1 for 3 on the day, facing Drysdale with 2 outs, 2 men on. 1 ball count, and there's the pop up to right. Coming over is the right fielder. He has a line on it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So, the Cubs score again and take an 8-2 lead into the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch here in Los Angeles. Jenkins now facing Haller in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jenkins working against Haller, who is 2 for 2 today. Here's a 2-strike count, and Jenkins delivering the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Ferguson Jenkins recording the strikeout, which brings up Mike Lisetsky. He is 1 for 2 today, coming up with 1 out, nobody on. Jenkins working with a 1-ball count. And a liner past the third baseman in the left field. That is going to be a 1-out single for Lisetsky. And next batter up is going to be a pinch hitter, Robert Long. Pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, 1 man on. Dodgers down by 8. Here is the 1-ball count and the pitch from Jenkins. And a pop-up to deep right field. Going back with room is Blomberg. He makes the catch short of the warning track for out number 2. Willie Davis, the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Davis waiting for the 2-2 count and the pitch. And a liner into left field. That's going to drop into no man's land. Kind of left center field. He cleared the shortstop, and the left fielder Williams could not get there. So a 2-out single for the Dodgers brings up Sizemore with 2 outs and 2 men on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch to Sizemore. Jenkins delivering. And a pop-up to right. That's going to drop in for another base hit, a little Texas leaguer. The runner comes home. The throw comes home. Blomberg alertly tries to throw out the runner. However, that is an RBI single for Sizemore as the Dodgers score and make this an 8-3 ball game. Next up, Ron Fairley with 2 outs and 2 men on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fairley facing Jenkins with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up to right. Coming in is Blomberg. I think he's going to get under this one, and he does make the catch to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 8th. It is an 8-3 Cub lead. The new pitcher for the Dodgers is lefty Fred Norman. He's thrown 4 2/3 innings, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a .964 ERA. So Felsky, who hit a home run his last time up, facing Norman with leading off in the top of the 8th inning. 3-ball count. The lefty Norman looking for the sign. And here is the delivery. And that is ball 4 as Felsky takes his base. And now the pitcher Jenkins is the batter. Coming up with nobody out, 1 man on. Here's the 1-1 count, the pitch to Jenkins. And he's going to line that one into right field. That's going to be caught, however, by the right fielder Fairley for out number 1. Jenkins actually got pretty good wood on that hit, but it was just right at the right fielder. So now Gosger's the batter. He is 1 for 4 today, facing Norman with 1 out, 1 man on. 1 strike is the count, and that's going to be lined into right field. That'll be another catch for Fairley for out number 2. Glenn Becker now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Becker facing Norman with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And a liner into center field. This time, the diving play in center field by Davis is going to rob him of a base hit. So the Cubs stranding a runner. We go to the bottom of the 8th of an 8-3 ball game. And Jenkins comes out to face Costco here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jenkins working. Here is the first pitch to Costco. And a liner over the third baseman's head into left field. That is going to be a leadoff single for Costco, as the Dodgers send up Sudeikis. With nobody out, one man on. Here's a 1-ball count, and the pitch to Sudeikis, and there's a pop-up on the infield. The shortstop, Kessinger, calls off the third baseman, Santo, and that is out number 1. Crawford now the batter, 1 out, 1 man on. 1-ball count. Crawford lines that one to left field. That'll be another base hit. Billy Williams cuts it off, and he throws to third to prevent the runners from continuing to advance. So a single with 1 out brings up Tom Holler in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jenkins facing Holler with 2 men on and 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Jenkins looking for the double play ground ball right here. The first pitch from Jenkins, and Holler pops it up behind third base. Santo is going to go back, and he will make the catch for the second out of the inning. So now Lisetsky is the batter. He's 2 for 3 today. He is facing Jenkins with 2 outs and 2 men on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jenkins working with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a liner into center field. I believe that's going to drop in for a base hit. The runner rounding third and heading home. The throw comes home. The slide, and he is safe. Man, Gosger's throw was just a hair late. And so now the Dodgers have made this an 8-4 ball game. And now Jenkins facing former Cub James Burnett here in the bottom of the 8th inning. With 2 outs and 2 men on, Dodgers trying to rally again here in the 8th. Here's a 1-1 count and the pitch, and Jenkins gets him to pop it up to deep right field. Blomberg going back toward the warning track, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Dodgers score once, they strand 2. We're going to the top of the 9th of an 8-4 ball game. And now Bruce Brubacher is brought in to relieve for the Dodgers. He is throwing 13 2/3 innings so far this season. 6 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 4.61 ERA. He will face Williams, Santo, and Blomberg here in the top of the 9th inning. So, Brubacher facing Williams with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And the sign. And here's the delivery. And a liner into center field. Getting under it is the center fielder, Davis. This time he makes a routine catch for the first out of the inning. Ron Santo now the batter. He is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs today. Facing Brubacher with 1 out. And a 3-1 count here in the top of the 9th inning. And Santo takes ball 4, so he heads down to first. And Blomberg is the next batter. So Santo, I believe we're going to pinch run for Santo right here, because this is exactly the sort of thing that Herm Hill needs to be brought in to do. So, well, wait a second. Matt Alexander, oh, he's pretty speedy. Yeah, Matt Alexander is actually going to pinch run, and then he'll stay in the game to play third. So, Blomberg batting against Brubacher with a runner on first and 1 out. Brubacher's pretty good at holding runners, and Haller is an average defender behind the plate. So, Brubacher facing Blomberg with 1 out, 1 man on here in the top of the 9th inning. We're going to go to pitch by pitch, and we're going to say, what's the first pitch? Oh, a grounder to second. Okay, the throw goes to short, the relay to first, and there's a 4-6-3 double play, which will end the inning. So, the Cubs do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 9th of an 8-4 ball game. And now, Jenkins coming back out to try to complete this ball game for the Cubs. He's going to have to face the top of the Dodgers lineup in the bottom of the 9th inning. And, just for good measure, we are going to warm up Hamilton and Diego Segui in case that Jenkins needs to be bailed out in this half inning. Now, Davis facing Jenkins here in the bottom of the 9th. Jenkins going for the complete game. Here's a 1-1 count. Jenkins delivering the pitch. There's a grounder back toward the mound. Jenkins has it. He throws over to first, but the speedy Willie Davis beats it out for an infield single. So that is not a good start to the inning. And now Sizemore is the batter. Jenkins facing Sizemore with nobody out and a runner on first. Here's the first pitch to Sizemore. And a pop-up to right. Blomberg heading toward the line. He should get under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Now Jenkins facing Fairley with 1 out, 1 man on. Here is the 1-strike count, and Jenkins delivering the pitch. There's a ground ball to first. The throw goes to second, but there's no relay back to first. So the out is recorded 3-6. And now there's 2 outs in the inning. Ron Fairley standing on first, and Andy Costco is the next batter. Jenkins facing Costco with 2 outs and 1 man on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jenkins working with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and a check swing for strike 3. So that is going to end the game. Jenkins with his 5th strikeout helps the Cubs get the 8-4 victory. The Cubs get 8 runs on 12 hits with no errors. The Dodgers getting 4 runs on 14 hits with no errors. So, the player of the game is the Cubs' Glenn Becker. He went 3 for 5, scoring twice with an RBI and raising his batting average to .306. The Cubs' Ferguson Jenkins throws the complete game to earn the 2nd win of the season. He improves to 2-4. He threw 9 innings, scattering 14 hits, walking none, striking out 5, 4 earned runs, and 1 home run allowed. And Jenkins' ERA is now .341 on the season. Claude Osteen suffers the loss. He drops to 5-4. He threw 5 2/3 innings of 10 hit, 7-run baseball with 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a home run allowed. So, the Cubs improving now to 19-23, while the Dodgers drop to 19-20. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.